Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is my first video which is about self-love and self-compassion. Now you might be wondering why am I making a video on such a cliche topic. But let me tell you, I'm going to talk about psychological impact of self-love, your relationship and self-love, and there are some myths that I'm going to burst about self-love. I think by now you might be interested in the video, so without further ado, let's get into the video. So consciously or unconsciously, we might have said some very horrible things to ourselves. It can be as simple as, why am I so stupid, to as harsh as, I'm the ugliest person and how can I score so less? I can't do anything in my life. All these harsh words and self-criticism has a very deep impact on your brain. Now let's find out how. Here is a very interesting research by psychologists at Bradis University in 2014. Here, Juliana Branis gave some people a surprise public speaking task to make them feel stressed and then measure the signs of inflammation in their body. The results showed that the people who were inclined towards self-love, they had a lesser psychological stress response, which means that if you are self-compassionate, you can feel less stress in stressful situations. Another research has shown that there is a strong negative correlation between negative self-talk and between psychological disorder like anxiety, eating disorder, self-harm, and in some cases depression as well. The last study that I'm going to talk about is by Professor Kristen Neff, in which she asks her reader what kind of language do you usually use with yourself when you're upset and when you recently failed in an exam. The response was that we use very harsh language and we criticize ourselves a lot, and we would never even imagine saying those harsh words to our family members or to even our friends. So according to Professor Neff, the first thing you need to do is to find out that you are being harsh to yourself and then try to soften it. The second thing that you can do is to write a letter to yourself as if you're writing to a friend and be a very compassionate human being towards yourself. The second subtopic of today's discussion was the relationship between self-love and your relationship. So there are two professors in 2013, they examined 100 couples and they found out that the individual who is very compassionate towards themselves, they tend to care about the partner more and they are very compassionate towards the other person as well. In some cases, lack of self-love can also be a reason of being very possessive in a relationship. Because you think that you are not good enough and you are not lovable and your partner can leave you anytime. Then you end up screwing your relationship. Then again you blame it on yourself that because you were not good enough, the relationship didn't work out. And this will go on and on and on. Now coming to the last section and my personal favorite, that is the myth associated with self-love. So you must have heard about it like 1,000 times that you need to love yourself first in order to love someone else. But let me tell you, it's a myth. Because most of us will learn to love ourselves by first being loved by someone else. Yes, for example, as a child, if you really didn't have a very good childhood, you might not love yourself as much as the other person who had a very good childhood. Now I would like to quote my personal favorite quotation, which is, you are not what you think you are not what other think you are. You are what you think what the other think you are. Which means that we need to know that yes, we are lovable and then we can love ourselves. But it's not common for every case, it's very subjective. Now before ending this topic, let me tell you, do not get confused between being narcissistic and being in self-love. Both are different concepts. A narcissistic person is very overly confident and he thinks that he has no weakness at all. A narcissistic self-love is very shallow as it always needs someone else to fuel it always and continuously. But if you are in self-love, you will take care of your body, your physical, your mental, your spiritual well-being, and you know what your weaknesses are and you will appreciate your efforts and you will understand your weaknesses as well. So that is it guys. If you liked it, then please share and subscribe to my channel. This is my first video and if you like this topic, I will make more such very interesting videos for you all. Thank you.